Hi guys, it's Sam here from Rose Party Designs. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make the Rice Krispie Treats by using a template that I have come up with. Okay, for those of you that have signed up to my e-course, you will be able to find the template in the e-course download. So please feel free to check that out. For those of you that haven't signed up for my e-course, no problems. You can find this template by clicking on the link in the description box down below this video, and it will take you to my Etsy store where you can purchase it. Now, the template that I am going to be using is made up of PNG files, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay. Now, I have offered you a white label and a black label, the crinkle lines, the fold lines. So you've got your left and right fold lines, all the fold lines together, but then again your fold lines, but more of a darker version, and then your top and your bottom ones. And I'll explain a little bit more about why I'm giving you the black label and the white label. Okay. So first things first is we need to start our designing process. Okay, so what you will need to do is you can either, so we're going to click onto the left hand button here, and we're going to click onto the rectangle. Now there is my rectangle. Now you can either sit there and try and figure out the actual size of your template by doing it this way, or the other option is to go into panels, transform, clicking over here, which is the scale, and I'm going to be changing that to 5 inches by 5.750, and I'm going to hit apply. Okay, and that's automatically going to scale it down to the size that I want. Now, if you can't find yours in the panel section under transform, you might have it underneath object, and then there might be transform there, or you might be able to find object and scale, and then it will bring you to the same template. Sorry, the same tab that pops up. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click onto our rectangle shape, and we're going to go into libraries. Now I'm going to be going with the bee theme design, and so first thing you would need to do is obviously upload all your clip art and your digital paper. So once you've done that, you can then obviously bring in your clip art. So first thing you need to remember is that you have selected your shape. You're then going to go into library, and I'm going to double click onto my digital paper, and it's going to bring up a box like this, which we don't want. You can actually close that box there. We don't want that because it has already brought it into the shape. Okay, it's already brought it into our template. So now, next thing I want to do is I just want to quickly change the red box. Now all that red line is pretty much just telling you where your cut lines are going to be, but it kind of distracts me, so I like to just change it a bit. Okay, and then all you would need to do is go here to lines and select the doppler tool, and then select the color that you want to change it to. Okay, so that's the first thing I would do. The next thing I would do is bring in my lines. Those are your guidelines to show you exactly where you're going to be folding your template. So let's bring those in. So I'm going to go with this one here because I have quite a bright and dark color template. Sorry, dark or bright color digital wallpaper. So I'm wanting to obviously bring in the lines that stands up the most, which is going to be this one here. So I wouldn't recommend bringing in your PNG file straight onto your template because it's going to override it. So keep it to the side like that. Okay, and then you can bring it in like so. Now making sure, let's just zoom in here, just make sure that it is all lined up. Alright, the next thing I would do is to hover over everything, highlight everything, and I'm going to group that together. So now it forms one whole layer. Okay, so the reason why I do that is so things don't move around on me, so it's just easier. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to bring in my black label. It's triangular, and I'm going to drag it into the side. Now, First thing you need to remember is that your templates are a PNG file, which means that it's got a transparent box all the way around it. So if I want to go ahead and change the color of that, this is what happens. So click onto there, I want to change it to that color. It's actually going to take the whole, it's going to color in the whole box, and you don't want that. So let's go back. What the first thing you will need to do is you need to trace the whole area. Okay, and then let's just put the threshold all the way to 100, and let's trace and detach. So let's move you to there and highlight all of this and delete. Now when you click onto it, it is just around the box area. So then what you can do is now go into here and you can change it to whatever color you want. Okay, but we're actually going to keep it the black anyhow. So I'm just going to zoom in to find out exactly where my line was, which was over here, and I'm just going to bring that into place. Now if you have a look here, you can see that this Rice Krispie Treat goes right from the both ends. There are some Krispy Treats that you get that only go from this corner to that, from this line here to that line there. So it's really up to you if you want to go all the way across, or if you just want to stop where you're going to be, where your fold line is going to be. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything and I'm going to group it together. So now once again it is one whole layer. The next thing I'm going to do is I like to have the crinkle effect. It just makes, if you haven't already got a crinkle machine, then I would add in these crinkle effects, okay? But you can actually buy the crinkle machine, which I will link down below what I'm talking about. For the moment I can't remember what the name of the actual little gadget is called, but I will link it down below. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my crinkle line. Remember, bring it into the side, and let's bring you in. There it is there. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate that, but I am going to then go right click and I'm going to hit horizontal. So it changes it to the other direction, and I'm going to put it in place like that. And I'm going to highlight everything and I'm going to group it together. Now you don't have to have this if you don't want to, it's really up to you. I just like it there, so it gives it that little extra effect. Okay. Alright, and hover everything and we have grouped it together. Okay, the next thing we need to do is I'm going to link down below where you can actually find the font to use to make this this Rice Krispie Treats name. Sorry, how you can actually use that exact same font. I'll link it down below where you can actually get it from, but I've already installed mine, so all you would need to do is click onto the link and then download your font. Alright, so we are going to do something exactly the same as that there, and also remember that it's going to have an offset and it's going to be on a curve. Alright, so we're going to go into your text button, and then on the right hand side here it's going to bring up all your fonts. So this is the font here we're going to use, Pictorial Condensed Extra. Alright, and click over here, and I'm just going to pop in my daughter's name, Ellie's Crispy. Alright, and drag it to the side here, and I'm just going to change the color of that to black, and the lines I want to have it black too. Okay, but as you can see it is too big, so let's bring that down to about there, and it's not on the curve. And so in order to curve your writing, all you would need to do is to click on the shapes button and click onto this oval shape, and we're just going to make a oval shape. I'm then going to double click onto this, your font, and this circle with arrows should appear, and we're going to take that and we're going to place it right on top of the oval. Now when you click off it, it then becomes one whole file. Alright, so but we don't want that. We obviously want to remove this So all you're going to do is you're going to click onto your font, right click, and you're going to hit release compound path, and then you can remove that. Now we're not going to delete that because we're still going to need that, so but you would delete that. The next thing is that you notice how it's actually taken away the little cutouts of your R and your P. So all we're going to do is we're going to hover over it, right click, and we're going to make a compound path. Alright, and it has deleted my colors. I don't know why it's done that, but that's okay. Let's just go into here and do it again. Alright, then the next thing I'm going to do is an offset. So we're going to click onto offset, and I'm going to change my offset to 0.100. Okay, and then I'm going to change the color of that to white, and the lines are also going to be white. And I'm going to group that together. So now it is one layer. The next thing is I want to write treats. So we're going to keep the font, and we're going to hit treats. Now this is obviously slightly bit bigger, and that is what we want. And then I'm going to click onto that, right click, release compound. We can now remove that, and we can delete that. Okay, the next thing is I'm going to hover over that, and I'm going to change the color to black. The lines are going to be black, but then because we've released compound path, it's removed our inner shapes of your font. So let's just go right click and make compound path. Okay, the next thing is we want to do an offset on that. Let's keep it the same type of offset. Let's say 100. Let's see. Okay, it's probably not the right size because it's got all of this here, and if you have a look at the side, it pretty much covers the whole font. So let's change the font, sorry, the offset to 150. Okay, it looks a bit better. So here, we're going to have it in white, and we want it in white, and we're going to group you together. Okay, let's bring you in now. And now if we have a look here, this one's in the middle. You can place it pretty much wherever you want to, but this treat is obviously a lot bigger than Rice Krispies. So let's just bring you out, and you see how the Rice Krispies is actually just above the top part of it. So it's up to you if you want to move this black line down, okay, but I am just going to go with that. Alright, let me just find my lines. There's my line there, so I want it to be about there. Okay, and then let's bring in our Ellie's Krispy Treat. Okay, and I'm going to bring you in, and to just and there you go. Alright, now I'm going to bring in some clip art, and I want you to use, let's use BB. And I'm going to right click, cut, alright, we'll just move it to the side because I don't know why that's bringing that up. There is our little beanie. Let's make these slightly bit bigger. Alright, but I'm actually just going to do an offset on that quickly. So let's just trace. And then let's bring the threshold. The reason why I'm tracing it, remember, because it's a PNG file, so it's going to have a transparent box around it. Alright, and if we click over here, move that to the side and delete all that. Okay, now let's bring in our offset, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller to say 80. And then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to hit white, and okay, now let's group it together. Sorry guys, I don't know why this box has been brought up here. It's obviously doing some funny things. but just ignore it. Alright, so I'm just going to right click and I'm going to send it backwards, and then right click again and send it backwards. But I'm actually going to change that to other way. And let's say, let's bring it in like that. Let's see if we can maybe bring in this one too. Alright, I think I'm just going to keep it with the B. A little B can be maybe slightly bigger. Okay, now you can probably, let's just see what it would look like. Ungroup it and move it to the side. You know what, I think I'm going to go with this one here. Yeah, probably looks a little bit more better. Okay, and I'm just going to right click and I'm going to send it backwards, and right click again and send it backwards. Okay, and then that is pretty much how you make your chip bag. And I'm just going to group all of that together. And let's delete you. Okay, and then the next thing you would do is print it out and cut it. So you need to go over to your page setup and make sure that your page, this page setup here is obviously to the correct size that you're going to be printing on. Alright, so I live in Australia, so for me, my size is an A4. Yours, if you live in America, will probably be the letter size. So let's just go a little bit out, and I'm just going to go like this, and put it there, and I'm actually going to duplicate that. And I can probably get 2 sheets on there. Okay. So what you would do then is you go to File. I would definitely save it, so save it in your library. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go under B, and I'm just going to put here B Rice Krispey Treat Printable. Okay. And then all I'm going to do now is go File, and I'm going to hit Print. Okay, but make sure obviously that your printing setup is all correct. Once you have printed it out, you're then going to load this into your cutting. This is if you're wanting to use your cutting machine too, okay? But if you just want to cut by hand, then just ignore this part. But so what you do is once you print it out, you're then going to load it into your cutting machine. You're going to, once you've done that, highlight everything. You're going to go to Send to Machine. And we're going to make sure that it says cut edge, and all it's going to do is cut out your edge. Make sure that all your other settings are correct. Alright, so I would be using probably a gloss paper for this. So you would just need to find out exactly which one you would use. So I would probably, to be honest with you, I don't cut out using my Cameo when it comes to the Rice Krispie Treats. I just cut them by hand because I've got a guillotine that just pretty much just goes chop, chop, chop. But you would just need to go through here and see exactly which type of paper you would want to use, okay? And then make sure that your settings are correct. And then, of course, make sure that it is connected, but mine's not connected at the moment. And then you just hit send, and then it will obviously cut your design quick and easy, and away you go. Okay, but if you're wanting to save this design as a PDF file, all you need to do is go to File, Print, click on to Microsoft Print to PDF. So my laptop automatically came with a print to PDF. I know that the Apple, I think, also has the same option, but if your computer doesn't have it, all you need to do is just Google it and something will come up with how you can add this feature in. Okay, and all you're going to hit is Print to PDF and hit Print. It's going to bring up a box asking you to save it. So let's just say the Rice Krispie Printable. and make sure it's obviously saved as a PDF and hit save. Okay, and while it's uploading, we will then take a look at our design as a PDF. Okay, and there is my PDF document. Now, I obviously didn't do it properly. I probably should have zoomed in and made sure that there never happened. But because I'll be cutting this out anyhow, you can just chop that off, and then when I glue it together, I would just glue it, this part over that part, so you don't see that, but you kind of get the idea of what it's going to look like. Okay, and then when you fold it, you just fold it against the lines. But if you obviously have a lighter image or a lighter digital paper, I would then go with maybe these fold lines here, because they're obviously a lot lighter, or you don't even have to have the fold lines. Once you have got your design, all you need to do then is just drag the lines to the side and just delete them. Okay, you don't have to have them there. I like them as a guide to know exactly where to fold. Okay, but that is pretty much how to make a Rice Krispey Treat bag in a nutshell. Alright, so I hope you found this useful and you are able to make your own Rice Krispie Treats, and I would love to see your designs and what you come up with, especially using my templates. So please feel free to join my Facebook group. I'm always in there interacting with other moms and other party planners, and I love seeing people's designs and decorations that they have used from what I have offered in my YouTube channel and my blog. But that is pretty much it from me. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and I look forward to doing another tutorial for you. So stay tuned for that. Take care, guys. Bye.